So hi! So this week is Eating Disorder Awareness Week for 2018. I did a video like this last year and it's called Why I Campaign, and I did it in my old flat for my first year of university. There will be a card up here. So, where am I now? I am not 15 anymore. When I sort of had eating disorder, anorexic tendencies, I was about 15 at the time, and they didn't come into full fruit or full bloom, if you like, until I was about 16. And then they lasted for about a year and then was in recovery since about 19. I'm not 15 anymore. I'm not that girl that was upset with her body, who was dieting, then that diet turned into an eating disorder and is just so upset with herself. I'm also hopefully not the girl who would put stress on herself anymore to be perfect. I'm not searching for perfectionism anymore, if that's a thing that people still chase. But I used to chase perfectionism and I had to be perfect in my work at school, perfect in my life, perfect outside, being social. I'm not that girl anymore who's writing down how much she weighs anymore. In my eating disorder, I used to can't talk. I used to write down how much I weighed after stepping on scale. In fact, I just don't have scales on me, period. I stopped weighing myself a few years ago, let's say about, gosh, when I was in 2015, I stopped weighing myself. And sometimes I get the urge to do it, but it doesn't, it's just a curiosity thing, and the number doesn't consume me. And I don't go, oh, I don't get upset by it. I go, and it doesn't sort of affect me anymore. And that's probably the body positive, body confident woman in me now, as I'm 20 and I'm sort of getting used to this body now as an adult and going, okay, this is the body that we're going to have and let's love it and look after it. And I've learnt to grow a thicker skin, if you will, towards comments and what people are going to say. People are always going to have an opinion on you no matter what. And if they're going to have a bad opinion of you, sadly, I can't change the bad opinion about me. When someone made a comment about my body when I was 15, I was very vulnerable. I was not a thick-skinned woman. I would be desperately trying to seek their approval and therefore would go to any means to try and prove to people that I could be the person they wanted me to be, which was, for me, lose lots of weight, be accepted by society by becoming a very slim woman. My body, where it's like its set point, isn't that, but it's a beautiful body nonetheless. A body that I'm happy with because it's a body that has stuck by me throughout these terrible, tumultuous times that we've had with it. And I'm proud of it and I'm happy with it and I want it to stick and I want it to stay with me. Whether it goes up, whether it goes down, fine, okay, it's gonna do that at some point and I really don't mind anymore. It doesn't affect me. And other people's comments about it, fine. You have a comment about my body, I'm sorry, it hurts you when you look at my body and it detests you so much, but it's my body. And I hope that when you find your own body confidence and your own body positivity with your own body, you might find that's the reason why you've been hurting everyone else's body, because you can sadly, and it's a very sad thing, you've not found the love for your own body. So where are we in society in terms of talking about eating disorders and eating disorder awareness? There has been leaps and bounds in terms of trying to let people know and understand and accept that eating disorders are a valid mental illness, and it's amazing that we can do this, and I am so thankful that I can be in a community on YouTube or on social media where everyone's stories and voices can be heard. However, there are voices in the community that just don't get heard, and there is a long list of people who don't get heard. Men's stories just don't get heard often enough, more than the females does. Women or men or anyone who is deemed as fat doesn't get their story heard, or it's seen as invalid compared to someone who is svelte or slim. We still have the stereotype that eating disorders only happen to slim white women, or slim white girls, if you will. And unfortunately, that is a very terrible stereotype to have, because eating disorders just don't go for females, they just don't go for slim people, and they just don't go for white people. I've talked about this before, but eating disorders go for everyone. Eating disorders are a mental illness, and like any mental illness, they affect everyone. And it's a very terrible message to tell someone if they think they've got an eating disorder and you say to them, nope, you can't have one because you're a man and then don't get eating disorders, or nope, you're too fat, nope, you never had an eating disorder in your life. We need to still let people understand that everyone, no matter what your gender is, your ethnicity, your background, or your size, bodily wise, everyone gets an eating disorder, and it is something that we should still talk about. So as Eating Disorder Awareness Week draws to a close, don't let this week just be the be-all and end-all for you to raise awareness over eating disorders. Eating disorders happen 365 days of the year. We need to keep the conversation going, and we need to keep it going far longer than just Eating Disorder Awareness Week. I've also looked outside and it's a snowy blizzard. I am filming this in March and it's a blizzard, and it reminds me of that Easter when I was ill. If you feel comfortable with telling your story, share it. If you want to support people in eating disorders, do go and support them. And if you want to raise money or for eating disorder charities, then there's a very good one actually called Beat, and I will leave their links in the description bar below. You can go check them out. And I hope that you liked this video. I hope this video has been useful. It has just been me rambling, but I don't know. I've kind of liked just talking about it. I hope you're doing well this Eating Disorder Awareness Week. I hope you are safe. I hope you're keeping well. I hope that your recovery is just going very, very, very well for you. Because it's your journey, it's your recovery, it's how you want to deal with it in a way that will allow your eating disorder to disappear off the face of your life, and bye Felicia to that. And I hope to see you all very, very soon. Bye!